repair pile from today. All of these are in pretty bad shape. Do you want to hang out with me while I fix a couple of them? Okay, let's get started, because this one right here, it's in really bad shape. And when I say really bad shape, I mean it. Okay, we can fix it. Let's get it done. I guess now's a good time for me to remind you that sometimes things have to get worse before they get better. Even if the worse is much worse. Okay, well, okay. Let me get some supplies out. I think this is gonna take a lot of glue. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this. I can believe this. But man, okay. I'm gonna take this glue strip, and this is way too much glue. And as much as I would love to be chaotic and like shove that entire thing in there because it feels good, I'm not gonna do that, because then I would make it worser, much worse. Okay, so let's cut this down a little shorter, and I'm gonna cut it in half. All right, so I'm gonna take this strip right here and lay it inside. And then I'm gonna pretend like I'm closing the book, even though I can't really close the book. And I'm just gonna pretend like I've got this back cover on here. Oh, wow, I can't believe it. I can believe it, but wow, I really made it worse. Okay, I think when this comes out of here, it'll be much easier for me to tape this back into place. I'm gonna see how much of this glue actually hangs on to this very much removed back cover. Here is my trusty, been using it all school year, parchment paper. The parchment paper is to help keep the glue from getting inside this heating plate in here. You could totally just wipe it out of there, but I just want to avoid having to do that completely. So here we are. I'm just laying that in there as so, and wrapping it up. As soon as that beeps, we'll be ready to go, and we'll do what we can do, and we'll breathe through the rest. All right, it's beeping. Let's take our book. In we go. Slide it shut, but also I just put the timer up to 3 minutes so that it'll run for a full 3 minutes, and we'll see from there. Normally I would immediately run a second cycle, but I honestly have no idea what we've got going on in here right now. So let's just look-see. Okay, the glue strip is starting to melt. Do you see that? But it's definitely not melted enough. So I am gonna go ahead and go for that second cycle. I don't want that to glue down. Okay, so I'll just stick it right. Why do you hold the pages in? It is to fix the book again. Okay, let's take another peek. I think we're getting somewhere this time. What I'm peeling back is the sticker from the spine label, so you know, that's fun. Okay, so obviously this is not stuck in place. However, my binding is on there, so I'm gonna let this dry for a couple minutes, let it cool down, even though it feels really good. And then we're gonna reattach this part. I've actually decided that instead of letting it dry and set the way that I should, I'm gonna go ahead and put glue on it right here on the spine, right in this area, right here where that's peeling back. So I'm just gonna put a little bit there to secure this. Just like that. Putting some more right here. Kind of holding it in place for a second. And then we're going in with some more right here. Even if some of that white glue like squishes out of the side as it is right now, No big deal. It dries clear. I don't suggest touching it with your fingers. You're not supposed to do that. I do it sometimes because, oh well, I just do. Okay. I'm also gonna run that over the top of this. Again, you're not supposed to use your fingers for this. You should use a brush or something besides your fingers. I'm using my fingers anyway. Okay, so I'm basically just like smoothing that over where those flaps are. Almost like it's Mod Podge. So, okay. Now this flap right here is gonna get the same treatment. Just a little bit of this glue. Little bit in here. Put that down. And now it's like, okay, this is where I wanna make sure that it's totally lined up. Like so, right? Okay. Like I said, some of that glue is gonna come out and that's okay. I'm basically Mod Podging with the Demco glue. And again, I strongly suggest not your finger. Don't be like me. One day I'm probably gonna not be able to touch this without breaking out into hives or something, and that will be my own fault, so. All right, I'm gonna leave this to set for about 10 minutes while I go wash my hands, and then I'll come back and tape it. It's had some time to dry, so now I'm gonna go in with this tape on the outside of the book. These are not gonna be fun sounds, but it works really well. A little further, a little further. Too far, too far. Try again, rolling back, rolling back. There we go. All that, take that here. Okay. Okay, so there we have that. However, it's still not as attached as I would like it to be inside, so I am gonna go in with one more protective step here. Let's cut this tape. Pull my piece out of the middle and off the side there. Remember, it's not always bad to punch something if it's not gonna hurt it. All right, all ready for the shelf again.